Hey everybody, Rob from Karma Comic Chameleon coming at you with another Entitled Parent story. Give my daughter your car, she deserves it. Let's jump right in. Hey, did you know that 90% of people who watch my videos aren't even subscribed to the channel? I ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button. We are one of the only channels that gets permission from the authors to use their stories, and I'm really proud of that fact. A little background on this story. First, I have a fairly decent car for it being so old, 16-year-old Dodge Neon SE, and I have zero interest in getting anything different since it's reliable, still gets great gas mileage, is completely paid off, and handles great. It's blue with a massive rust spot on the rear passenger side, just above the gas tank, but I don't care. It gives the car character, you know? Second, this story takes place in Michigan, whereas anyone who lives here or has driven through here knows the roads here suck. Potholes, uneven streets, and jagged pavement on every stretch of road you'll ever drive down. Getting a flat tire at least once in your life while living here is both a guarantee and a rite of passage. The flat tire detail is relevant. EP entitled parent entitled psycho, EB entitled brat entitled bitch, DO dealership owner, and me is me. I was driving through town after my shift at work and had to take a really shitty street because that's all I had available to me. I do my best to avoid potholes, but I end up striking a few anyway, and lo and behold, my rear driver's side tire takes a hit. I can feel that something's wrong with the tire, so I pull off the road into the nearest open drive that I could find. Turns out, I picked a used car lot and had plenty of room to inspect the damage. When I step out of the car to look at the tire, another car pulls into the lot behind me and proceeds to park on the other side. I noticed that the tire was low, but not flat, because fortunately that pothole only loosened the seal on the stem valve and I could fix it with a can of Fix-A-Flat that I kept in my trunk. While I'm fussing with my tire, the dealership owner comes out to greet me, most likely assuming I'm there to either trade in my car or shop around. When he sees my tire is low, he insists I slowly pull my car further away from the side of the road and up toward the front of the dealership building out of safety concerns. I agree and move my car where instructed. Turns out I was being watched by a dreaded entitled parent and her demonic spawn. Not long after I get my car moved up, the dealership owner is lending me a hand and helping with my tire, making sure the valve was secured and that the pressure was stable. I thanked him for his help and proceeded to sit back down in my car. As I put the key in the ignition, I hear something bang against my window and look up to see a woman, the stereotypical Karen, trying to get my attention. I roll my window down to see what she wants. My bad. Yeah, what's up? Are you through yet? Am I what? Through. Are you through? Because my daughter's been waiting long enough. I look past her and see her 16-year-old daughter dressed in a dark miniskirt, white tank top that showed everything, and 4-inch heels. This is February, by the way. She was also wearing so much cheap makeup you'd think she was auditioning for a role as the Joker. Waiting for what? Don't act cute. She needs her turn. You've taken up enough of our time. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? Your test drive is over. Now it's entitled brat's turn. The entitled brat is standing behind her entitled parent with her arms crossed over her chest and giving me a smug, "Wow, are all you commoners so stupid?" type of grin on her arrogant face. Oh, I figure it out quick and try to defuse the situation. I wasn't on a test drive. I said get out. This is my car. No, it's not. I just saw you pull back into the lot. We were behind you the whole time, so don't try to lie to me. I wasn't. You didn't even go inside the building to sign the papers, so I know you're lying to me. You didn't buy this car. You're just being a stubborn little bitch. No, this is my car. I have the What the f*** is wrong with you? Get out now. No, this is my car. No, it's not. My daughter wants it, and I'm going to buy it for her right now. She tried to pull open my door, but thankfully I locked it when I got inside. Give me the key. Before I had the chance to say anything else, she reached through my window and made a grab for the key in the ignition. the key that was on a keyring with my apartment key and 4 other keychains, so clearly not the dealership's key. When she tried to pull it out, I grabbed her arm and pushed her back. "Get away! You little bitch, you just assaulted me!" I quickly roll up my window and I'm ready to turn over the engine and drive off when I see the dealership owner returning. "Ma'am, what's going on?" "This little just assaulted me. Call the police. She attacked me because I told her to let my daughter have a test drive, and now she's trying to steal the car." The dealership owner looks at me, looks at my worn out, dirty car with the faded bumper sticker on the trunk, and gives the woman the classic, "Are you serious right now?" stare. "Ma'am, this car isn't for sale. This is her car." "No, it's not. Until she signs the paper, it's not hers. And my daughter wants to drive it. She just got her license and I promised her I'd get her a blue car. This is the only blue car in the lot." It was not. There was another blue car parked behind her. And yes, her 16-year-old daughter who just got her license was going to test drive a car in heels? Double WTF? "Ma'am, this car isn't mine to sell. It already belongs to her." "No, it doesn't. I saw her drive the car onto the lot, and I saw you telling her to pull up to the building. Stop trying to lie to me." "She had a low tire. She pulled off. Why don't you let my daughter have her turn? She deserves her turn. Is it because my daughter isn't all s***ed up like this?" Note what the daughter was wearing, and I'm wearing blue jeans, tennis shoes, a baggy shirt with Kirby, Nintendo, on it, and a green jacket over top. The only skin visible is on my hands, neck, and face. "Ma'am, stop. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." "No, my daughter needs this car. I promised her, and all you're doing is wasting my time." "I'm asking you nicely to leave before I call the cops." "You do that, and I'm telling the cops that this bitch assaulted me, pushed my daughter, and that you're selling stolen cars. Now give my daughter this car right now or else." She actually said "or else," like a damn cartoon villain. "Ma'am, leave." "This is ridiculous." She pulls her phone from her purse and proceeded to call the cops herself. "You're going to regret being so disrespectful to me. All you had to do was sell me this car, but no, you decided this was better than my daughter. My daughter deserves this car." I know I'm not in the wrong, but I'm still nervous. I look at the dealership owner through the windshield, and he gives me a look that says everything will be fine, watch this. About 5 minutes later, a patrol car pulls up and the officer approaches the dealership owner. Before he even has the chance to ask any questions, the entitled parent starts shrieking at him at full volume. "I want that bitch arrested! She assaulted me and my daughter, and she's trying to steal my daughter's car." The cop is unfazed and just looks at me, then over to the dealership owner without blinking. "Hey," dealership owner's first name, "is this true?" Not a word of it. "And if you want, you can check the lot security cameras," cop's first name. The entitled parent is fuming, and the entitled brat is just rolling her eyes like we're boring her or some shit. "Why don't you believe me? You're not seriously gonna take her word over mine. Just look at her." "Ma'am, I need to get both sides of the story. Now you said she tried to steal." "Yes, that's my daughter's car." "Alright, fine. That's easy enough to prove." The cop walked over to the passenger side of the door on the opposite side from where the entitled parent was still seething and motioned for me to open the door. I did, and he of course asked for my ID, my registration, and my proof of insurance. It didn't take the cop long to notice my name on the license and the name on the registration, which was also dated from almost 2 years ago, are a match. He just nods, hands me back my stuff, and closes the door. "Ma'am, that's her car." "Not possible. She just got here. She couldn't have signed the papers. Why are you all against my daughter? She needs a car." "Ma'am, you do realize it's a crime to try and file a false police report. This car isn't stolen, and I seriously doubt she assaulted you. I'm going to look at the cameras, and if I find that you're lying to me..." Entitled parent grabs entitled brat's arm and pulled her along. "F this place. All these cars are pieces of shit anyway. My daughter deserves better than anything that would ever drive." The cop sticks around until the entitled parent leaves, apologizes to me for the disturbance, and wishes me a good day. Before he left, he said goodbye to the dealership owner, again calling him by his first name, and was on his way. Don't worry about her, I don't think she'll be back, and if she does show up again, my brother, the cop, will be back too. After slipping me a business card, joking that if I ever needed another car in the near future, he'd ensure that no crazy people were hiding in the trunk. I thanked the man for coming to my rescue, drove off, and I've been trying to figure out why my old car was so important to the entitled parent ever since. Seriously, it's not that great of a car, old, losing its pep, and needing some TLC, but I still love my blue bastard. I guess common sense really isn't common anymore. This entitled parent pulled in behind OP, and once OP said that it was their own car, you'd think that the entitled parent would have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, let's look at the other cars on the lot." I guess some people live life so far out of reality that they don't really know what's going on around them. Glad to say that I'm not one of them, I think. I want to thank OP for giving me permission to narrate their story today. You can visit them at the links in the description below to go to their profile or to the story itself on Reddit. Once again, this is Rob from Karma Comic Chameleon saying thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I ask you to consider subscribing, dropping a like, and sharing it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.